If one compares Congress's output of legislation over the nation's first century and a half to Congress's output since the end of the Second World War, a huge difference becomes apparent. Congress legislated on comparatively little in the years leading to the Civil War, then, after a flurry of legislation immediately after that war, slowed down again. Congress's output rose during the 1890s, then expanded significantly in response to the Great Depression, which started in 1929. After the end of World War II in 1945, legislative output skyrocketed as Congress sought to regulate more activities and enterprises, and as Congress created administrative agencies to carry out its regulatory directions. The Founding Fathers intended that the federal government exercise strong power, but only over a limited number of matters. These enumerated powers are listed in Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution. Among other things, the Constitution authorized Congress to impose and collect taxes, to coin money, to create post offices, to regulate naturalization and bankruptcy, and to regulate interstate commerce, international commerce, and commerce with Indian nations. If a power wasn't listed in the Constitution, the initial view was that Congress couldn't regulate it. But, over time, these seemingly narrow enumerated powers expanded. At the founding, the term commerce seemed confined to an actual exchange of goods and services, so interstate commerce only occurred if such an exchange crossed state lines. But in the 1942 case of Wickard v. Filburn, the Supreme Court held that the federal government could enforce a federal quota on wheat production intended to stabilize the price of wheat against a farmer who grew more wheat than allowed. The farmer didn't sell the excess wheat. Instead, he and his family consumed it. The court reasoned that the farmer bought less wheat in the local market than he otherwise would have, and that all local markets affected the interstate commerce in wheat.